enough. Come close. Y'all don't want to get closer to me?
You want to be close to me?
Y'all don't get closer to me?
Well, I just,
Come on. I fix myself. Hair looking crazy. How y'all doing this week?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, that was so. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
How y'all doing with these resolutions?
oh, Lord.
These affirmations?
I think I'm in a good place right now.
Y'all still on track?
Yeah. Today's the 8th, so if you weren't, fond of how 2021 was going, your 7-day trial passed yesterday. I saw a post. We really kind of we have to just take it and just move forward.
Somebody said we're on day something of 2020, December. What they call it? December 38th or something crazy.
It's coming back.
I was cracking up because the way these events is playing out, I'm a little nervous. This is 2020 part 2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared.
Yes, it really is until we get this man out of office.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Yeah.
I don't trust him. So speaking of trust today, that's our topic. It's a lengthy topic. And well, of course, we're not going to be able to get into all of it today on this episode, but we want to open it up, open the discussion up to talk about trust. And that's a big thing when you talk about trust. It can mean so many things. When you say, I trust you, or I don't trust someone. But just to give a little backstory on why we're talking about trust, one of our listeners wrote into us, right, Maddie?
Yes.
Ella, what did he say? Or she? I don't even know.
It's a she.
Okay.
She said, hey girl, random thought. I would be really interested in hearing what you guys on D&D thought about dating someone while having trust issues from past or previous experience. Basically, she's dating someone and how this person hasn't done anything, for her not to trust them, but sometimes we carry this weight from previous relationships. And that's basically the summary. Wow. I was like, some real.
Are you sure that's what it's from? Like, she doesn't trust who she's with currently because of her past?
Yes.
Or has this person done anything to?
This person hasn't done anything at all.
That's crazy.
And you try to go in a new relationship I trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you. But it's hard when you've been through so much. Like, you're going to have that guard up, so.
Yeah, but I just feel bad for the person that has to be able to, has to prove themselves and go above and beyond to show that they are worthy of the trust, and worthy of that person to put their guard down because they're suffering from someone else's pain that they inflicted on her.
Yes.
And they didn't even do anything. And that can take a lot. But at what point, do you say, let me just go to therapy or something? What makes you like that? What do you think?
It's more so self-timing. You shouldn't just jump into something else and you're not even ready.
That's true.
Some people some people go years or months without being in a relationship because the fear of something bad happening again. You already come in with that negative outview and you're expecting the worst. And like you said, at the end of the day, we all have it's okay to have your guard up, but when do you let it down and what does it take for you to let that guard down?
That's so interesting. I hear both sides. It's one side I can see where Yana's saying you know what? She rushing into things. She didn't take her time. So it's one part is do you take a time out, evaluate yourself, learn why you can't trust people or learn that everyone isn't the same.
Isn't the same, exactly.
Or do you give it a chance, jump into something else, and allow somebody else to prove you wrong about how you feel about trusting people? Which one is it, So that's why we need you listeners, so to let us know, how do you deal with trust? The main thing, though, is defining trust, the definition of trust. And the actual definition of trust is the belief that someone or something will act the way that you want them to act. Key word is you. That's the definition of trust.
Yeah, I get that.
I have this made up in my head that in order for me to trust you, you have to act this way, X,
Right.
Y, and Z. You have to come home at a certain amount of time. You have to check in with me every 2 hours while you're at work because that's the only way I'm going to feel comfortable, because you have your own insecurities. Everybody has their own insecurities.
That's exactly what that is.
So in order to trust, that means you have to cater to my insecurities, right? So everybody may have their own definition of what trust is. And that's hard when you're dealing in relationships and you're going from person to person, and then you have to figure out what that means for you to be able to trust me. So a lot of people don't mean it when they say start off with a clean slate. Like you said, if you do something that disobeys my trust or takes it away, then I don't trust you anymore. But some people, it's just so hard to get to that standard that they made up in their head.
Yet again, we go into relationships, friendships, or whatever kind of ship you go into, expecting people to trust you. It's kind of like a double standard. So you go into relationships and you're like, okay, not too open to trusting anybody because things that previously happened to me in the past, but this person has to put their undivided trust in you that you are not going to do anything, you know, and that may cost them harm, even if they never experience it. And some people are okay with that. They're okay, you know, with taking the risk because they feel like it's worth it. So I think that's the biggest thing. Who deserves for you to be vulnerable? Because that's what love is. That's what relationships become.
Yeah.
Like you have to be.
That's
you
what
have to.
trust is,
Like, you know, am I going to put my feelings? Am I going to put, you know, my trust in you that, you know, that you could do harm, but you're going to choose to not do harm, although you could.
You know what the worst is when someone tells you that you have a guard up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, come on, like you have it up, like you need to relax. And then you finally start breaking that wall down. And then here they come do the same, like do something
With
that
a
someone
remix?
else. Yeah. It's like, why did you even put me in that state? And I think the continuation of doing that from person to person to person, that also makes it a little more difficult for people to even trust someone else.
But it's what you allow to happen to you. So that's another thing. So it's like you put your trust, too much of all your trust into someone to the point that you allow them to hurt you.
So maybe in the beginning, what do you do? Like,
So that's why I don't know. It's like go into it with your guard up, and then it's like sometimes it's not good to go into it with your guard up.
That's
'cause you
why we
blocking
need this
blessings.
help. We need to know what you guys feel about this, because some people also look at it as, I don't care what you do, just do it. Just make sure it doesn't come back to me. Then that's how the trust is broken. Like in the back of their head, they may know that you could be doing whatever out there, but as long as it doesn't come back and I don't find out about it, or like it's just so many.
Even with friendships, it's like we say we observe people and, you know, from afar first before we let them into our life and into our space.
Right.
Like to trust them, and then it's like when something happens.
Right, but
It's like your guard up or not. You just got to be yourself.
But
I
like
don't know.
you said, whose fault
it's
is
like
that?
a battle regardless. It's like you don't want to take away from being yourself and giving all your really loving someone, like being yourself and catering and loving, taking away just because you have these trust issues and losing out, missing your blessing. And that's even what coming across with good friends. You know, like we spoke before about saying the no new friends. And we can miss out on some good connected friends. Yeah,
Right.
from just like, oh, I don't trust bitches and hoes.
Right.
You know?
Because I hear some stories,
Yeah,
child.
like, and you never know. You gotta go through your own experience. Number one, you can't listen to what other people say. I'm definitely learning that as I get older.
Yes.
Hearing other people say, "Oh, I don't like her because I don't like this and that and that." And that. It's like you gotta learn people on your own.
But that goes into my next question. And you said that, can you be mad at the person? Are you like, who are you more angry at when someone disobeys your trust or your honesty? Like, are you more mad at the person or yourself? Like you said, it depends on how much you tolerate, right? So who, after but so much or many attempts, who are you more upset
You're going to be
about?
angry with them the first few times, and then after a while, you have no choice but to blame yourself, because you know they say
When you
fool me
reflect.
once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like so, you keep allowing it. It's all your fault, because that means you're in need of this person that you're allowing them to keep hurting you.
But it's a
You
matter of
giving
like
that to
a
them.
matter of reflection, because sometimes, like you said, a great percentage of the time you're gonna blame the other person because you don't. It's about accountability. It's also, trust is about, being vulnerable, but also being accountable, because sometimes you expect these things from other people, but you're not willing to do these things. You could turn somebody away too, because someone can be doing completely right by you, and if you're consistently accusing them of doing something,
Right.
you know how you ever heard, oh yeah, I did this, not necessarily every time, but yeah, I did this because you kept accusing me of doing it. If I'm gonna get in trouble for it anyway, I've heard that line. I might as well just do it. And some people really do that. You blame people consistently for whatever. It could be that they disobeyed, you told them not to do this, and it's the narrative you create in your head
Right.
that sometimes
Right.
are not right.
Right.
And at the end of the day, then you just mess it all up.
Like-
And then that person can stop trying to continue to form that trust, because I'm not going to continue to pour into a cup that has a hole at the bottom at the end of the day. Because what am I doing at the end? Nothing. We're not building anything. If you keep on trying, I heard that that's a big turn off. I've even seen that in shows and like just people talking in general, that sometimes you can be really into somebody and because their insecurities, you know, you see them so like they're transparent. It's just like you want to show them like, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to harm you. I want to love you. But you're so, you know, full of insecurities and you're so focused on those insecurities that you do not allow the other person to show you that. And that can also push them away. And then sometimes people, this is the reason why I don't trust nobody or give myself the chance to, you know, to be with anybody. But all along, at the end of the day, you never gave this person, you know, a reasonable doubt. You gave them a clean shot to actually show you that they're any different. So I think that's a big factor in it.
Insecurities. I watch a show on OWN, of course, right? It's called Put a Ring on It. And they have couples where they've been together for so many years, right? Let's say 5-6 years, right? And it's like, okay, so what the heck are we going to do? We're going to move forward or we're going to stop wasting our time? So what the experiment is, they have them date other people.
But you shouldn't put a timeline on love.
Both couples.
You got to be ready.
But the key thing that was in common with each couple is they had insecurities. Okay. Like this one girl, she had she was holding on to something where her boyfriend cheated 5 years ago. It's like, when do you say?
And she's so focused on 5 years ago. That nigga probably cheated last year. He's so focused on when you caught him 5 years ago.
Bringing up something old, like what? He probably, but that was the thing. Yeah. But he was steady trying to prove to her, like, I'm not, like, you don't even give me a chance to, like, and I can't even do nothing right, nothing good in your eyes. It becomes exhausting after a while.
Do you think that you can rebuild trust though?
Rebuild?
Yeah, like if someone loses your trust, do you feel that there's anything that they can do to actually get that trust back?
I think it's really hard.
I feel like you can.
I feel like you lose yourself because now it's all about catering to them, living up to their expectations. Like, so it's like, I'm going to do what this person want me to do. Like you said, calling in, checking in, doing all this stuff just to make this person happy, just to believe me. But now you're losing yourself.
Are you losing yourself?
You could, because it's just like, oh, I ain't going to go out with my girls no more because he don't trust me. I'm not going to do, you know, it's like you take away from your social life, your daily life just to satisfy someone else who could still say, I just still don't trust you and walk away.
I think if you're doing all of that and you see that this is someone that you absolutely love and you see that it's making them feel more secure, even how small it is, I feel like you're not losing yourself. You're just making them feel more. You're helping them get to a space where they can then trust you again. Like, it's not going to be easy. Now, there's a point though. There's always a line, right? A fine line. If you're doing all of that and she's still going behind you and while you're sleeping, snooping through your phone, you know what I mean? That then it's like, all right, we need to sit down and we need to talk. What is it really that you feel like uncomfortable about? Do you really think that I'm cheating?
Take both of y'all.
I'm out here. It's both things. It's a communication. Maybe it has to be something that's triggering a person. A person not just going to hold on to something for no absolute reason, especially if I'm in love with you. Because if that's the case, why be together?
Did you heal or did you forget or try to forget? Which is a realistic question.
Exactly. That's why I say maybe I need to sit down and really talk about it so the person can heal.
Like you know what they say, you forgive, but you don't forget. Some things you could forgive, but you never forget.
And that's that person's fault.
Yeah.
But let's say you're not going back to this person. Now you're trying to give someone else the chance. Because that's in her specific situation. She's trying to give somebody else a chance for something that someone else tainted.
I don't think. I think
this is not that person's responsibility to take on. You should never, point blank period, you should never go into another relationship with old baggage. You go and you're starting something fresh, something new. You're giving yourself.
Let them give you a reason. Yes.
Don't even expect a reason.
Don't even expect it. That's what I'm saying. Just go into it open.
Yeah. I feel like why do all of that if you're not going to trust the person? Why get into a relationship if you're still going to be looking at them sideways or looking at them just how you looked at the ex?
Yeah, or judging them just because it's something they deal with the ex. It's just like, I'm different, so I ain't expecting you to do the same shit to me.
You know what? You know what it is?
I'm already like that. So
I can say the fear of being loved. That's
so you
scary.
think the person's just searching for a love? But again, to my point, if I'm searching for a love, give me a chance. Why I'm not giving you a chance to love me? That's not giving somebody a chance to love you if I'm accusing you or thinking that you're doing me wrong.
No, not
right?
necessarily you're accusing and telling this person that they're doing anything. It's just the fact that sometimes you hold yourself back from experiencing certain things because in your head you're already creating this narrative that this is going to happen or this person, because it's not necessarily insecurity. It doesn't mean that the person is doing something and that you're accusing them and that you're expecting them to do certain things. It's just the fact that you're already looking forward to something going
So that's
left.
a key characteristic of having trust issues. If you assume betrayal, you await betrayal, and you're overly protective. Those are the top key characteristics.
And that's why I
of
said the
trust
fear of being in
issues.
love, because sometimes like I can, I'm pretty sure we've all come across some decent men, and at some point we didn't give them a chance because you're already creating this in your head that it's gonna go left, and you just play it differently instead of giving it a genuine shot of what it could possibly potentially be, and we mess it up before they even get a chance to mess it up. And I'm saying we because I'm not speaking about us generally. Do not disturb, just people in general. Yeah, and I know that I've messed things up. I'm like, I already expected you to mess up, and I'm like, boop, and I'll make a comment, and not necessarily doing anything. It's just sometimes you speak this stuff, you put it out there, and then it's just like, no, it's not the plan that I had.
I think we all been through that. Like if you meet
I
somebody,
just want to love you.
let's say all your guys is from Brooklyn, right?
Oh gosh. Not mine.
This
That's
happened.
only
This
yours.
happened to us when we was in Jamaica. And I don't know, you guys don't know, but for some reason I got like a Brooklyn magnet on my head. Like they're all from Brooklyn, like mostly of them, right? And we was in Jamaica on a thing, and the guy was trying to talk, right? And then he was just chit chatting and stuff, and they was over there like, oh my God. And then so he said something like, "Where you from?" I was like, "From Jersey." "Where you from?" He's like, "Well, originally I'm from Brooklyn." Soon as he said that, they was like, "Oh my God." Fucking New York scammers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so your red flags automatically go up and you don't give people chances if they even meet those same characteristics or even little things like being from Brooklyn, just like the ex who hurt me.
Dominicans.
You know?
The first thing they say about Dominicans, they're all dogs. They're all dogs. Not stopping from dating them, but you be like, oh yeah, Dominican. Oh, he's a dog.
Stereotypes, right?
Off the bat.
Those could be a big thing that affects our trust issues. If you read zodiac signs and stuff, you a what? What's your sign and my sign?
If you too cute, if you too fine, is the problem. I'm like, you a
Yeah,
hoe.
'cause they're like, I know 100 niggas is in her inbox. Like, it's like, damn, do you want me or do you don't? You want me
Right.
as I candy or not? Because then it's like, you want me, but then you don't trust that, you don't even trust me on social media. You feel like I'm just giving everybody all the play.
Let the best man win.
At the-
But that's true. Like we could be so broken or beat up or hurt or about the past, and as soon as we see somebody else that may even resemble same complexion, maybe had the same haircut or dressed the same way, you won't even give that man a chance because you so hurt. You like,
And that's what me with dating. It's like, you would think I just want to date people I don't know at all, but that scares me. It's like I don't know nothing about you, so you can paint me a whole picture, and I just have to go with it until I see a red flag. So I get comfortable with dating people I know a little bit.
Yeah, you said that
then-
before.
and then
Like
I feel like
your
it never
comfort
works.
zone.
But my comfort zone is like, I gotta know you, or somebody gotta know you, because I need to know something.
Because you feel like if you
can
don't
tell
know a
me
person at all, you won't trust
Yes,
them.
I'm just like, I don't know shit. You could even tell me a fake name. Like, I dated a guy and I really didn't even know his freaking last name.
Oh, his
And he
last
used to be lying
name.
about his, remember he lied about his age? He said he was this age and that age, and they said he was playing, but it's like reality. I'm like, I don't really know your age, like, cause you playing so much, like.
Well, here's a
And I know
pointer for
nothing
that.
about him.
If you do step outside the box, you find somebody that you don't know. Step out your comfort zone. Find somebody in a different area. However, okay, you're social, you know, you got this. A pointer for that, in particular, people like you, it says to make sure your partner knows your inner circle. So reel them in. As soon as you meet them, we're friendly people. Just bring
You
them.
know we FBI. We're gonna find out.
Bring them to dinner. Let us sit down. Let us have a chit chat.
Babe, be ready.
Right?
Oh,
Let
look,
them.
he got somebody named Monica on his arm. Let me type Monica's. I don't know if it's mother, babe, mother, daughter, somebody. We gonna
You
find
going
out
down
who
this
she
friends
is.
list? You putting all the Monicas in
All
there.
the Monicas.
Also, you could also, and that brings a whole nother factor into it. You can't allow your friends to create insecurities for you and create these little things.
Yeah,
Because let's say
we
you
judge.
feel
We
feel
judge.
completely fine and nothing, and then your friend be like, but ABC, and you're like, damn.
Yeah, that's not really the
yeah.
reason why when they say bring the person in the circle, not so we can find out who Monica is, but so they could feel you could feel more comfortable with them. So your comfort zone is dating people who you know when you're comfortable with. Then let them meet the gang, and now they're part of the group.
I think that's very important when the person don't bring you around their people and you don't bring them, like you don't let each other in the circle. I feel like definitely hiding something.
So wait, you said
Like
is it-
that's a trust thing. It's like I'm dating you, and then it's like you're not bringing me. And like I haven't met people in your circle, and there's been like different occasions. And even if it was the other way around, I feel like that's something.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
a
Like,
big.
what are you hiding?
That's a big reason not to have
Yeah.
trust. If I haven't met your mama
Even
yet.
though I know someone who said they just block people out because it's the trust
No.
thing. I know a guy who said he just blocked people out because so much stuff he went through, he don't want to introduce them to their family yet, and then it don't work out.
Yeah, but you don't need to meet someone's family immediately until you guys are like, it's something
yeah,
solid.
but if
yeah.
y'all been
How
messing
long
around,
this
and been
was?
occasions going on, and y'all been
Holidays,
sleeping together.
but
No,
how
not
many?
my situation. I'm just saying, but this is what somebody told somebody, and I'm like, well, y'all been like sleeping together like raw for like. What if you get pregnant? Then it's gonna come out like, damn.
Yeah,
I
then
got a
that's when you're gonna
baby.
meet my family when I'm pregnant. Like, hi
At the
guys,
baby
this is
shower.
John, and guess what? I am 4 months pregnant.
At the baby
All at
shower.
the same
At the baby shower.
shower.
But so some people be all like, they be like, oh, I don't, care to meet. Like some people like, I don't care to meet the other circle. Is like getting to meet them, but then I feel like that's like hiding something. I don't know if the other person not pushing it, like I want you to meet. It's different if you just like I don't want to meet, but if the person not pushing it, it's just like I don't know.
Because you know your moms and your aunties and them, they would spill the beans. They would probably slip up and say some shit that he probably don't want you to know. I think
and
that's
you
probably
mess
part
with
of it.
Brooklyn
too.
niggas, so they probably got a whole nother life in Brooklyn.
They all know each other.
They all know each other.
Caribbean, Brooklyn. They all know each other from the same island.
No, it's just shaky. I just
With you.
think that you should definitely go into something open-minded.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yes, that's
Don't look
another
for
tip.
nothing, but don't be blind to nothing. A sign is a sign.
It says open your communication. You have to have that open communication. If I don't like someone, if something makes me feel uncomfortable, you should never feel uncomfortable to say that or feel like, oh, I don't want to say because I don't want to open up a can of worms. Or I
About
don't
your
want him
tongue and all that,
to think that I'm insecure or something. Like, no. Open
If
it
someone
up.
cares enough about you, they're going to want to communicate.
Right.
I feel like communication is key for a
It's key.
relationship,
Right.
any type of relationships. It could be with your friends, it could be with your, potential whoever. If that person cares enough and they see that there's a disconnect, they're going to want to communicate. But also, sometimes some people are overly dramatic and try to put the weight of other people on this person. Like, yeah, communicate, but don't scare the person away either.
Right.
Like, sort your things out.
Oh, my God,
Because
yes.
sometimes you'll come and I'm like, okay, am I the issue, or is there an issue outside of me that also you're connecting to me?
Because you know what? Because your assumptions could be totally off and wrong, and I have to admit that I'm so bad at that. I pray to get better. That's one of my resolutions. I'm working so hard. I assume way too much.
Once you get in that tunnel vision, it's like
I just
Yeah,
make
this is what it
assumptions
is.
too bad. Like, oh, this must be. And I won't express it to the person because I know that's like a bad thing to do or turn off, whatever. But in my head just be going, and then I'll nip it under the bud. I'll sweep it under the
But
rug,
why
and I'll
isn't
just
a
keep on
turn off
going.
though? If this is a person you want to see something with,
that's part
If
of the
it's someone-
communication.
if-
That's
if
part
it's
of the
someone that you want
communication. Let
something
them
to
know
with.
what you're feeling because that's that's an insecurity. So I'm feeling this way and I'm thinking this way. You should be able to communicate that. To
You know
them
why? Because
and
I
let them
feel like
know.
I be looking like an idiot.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like you assume,
we have
and then
our
you be like,
crazy
so
moments.
yeah, who the fuck is that? I seen her all up under your post and shit, heart and everything. This is one bitch is always hearting the same fucking post. Every time I turn around, you post something, it's a heart right there. Hypothetically speaking, right?
And that's how I found
And
out
then-
somebody was messing with
But
somebody.
then what if he
from the
come
big
back and be
shit
like,
part
bam, that's
inside.
my fucking cousin, bitch. Look, you see my auntie right there? That's my aunt. That's my cousin.
and I was just about to say that a person that genuinely cares, and you should, even regardless of how insane whatever it is that you are saying sounds, a grown ass man that really wants something with you and with you only will make sure that he clarifies, and he, even if he felt crazy going into it,
Lowering himself
all
by
that is going to be
explaining, yeah.
removed by the end of that conversation. Because baby,
Yeah, maybe you will fall back a little bit. Like,
like, oh, okay.
oh, okay.
Whether
Maybe-
you selling
maybe
me
having too
dreams
much
or not,
pride.
at the end of the
Right.
day, I bought that right then. You know, that sound good. Ooh, okay.
Because
Y'all
it's
do
still-
look,
it
y'all do
still
look alike a
take-
little bit.
It still take pride for a man to explain, even if it's a lie or the truth. It's going to take a lot of pride for him to feel like he got to break something down and explain something to you. Even if it's about to be a lie, it's like, damn, I got to do all this. It takes pride. So
And that's
I
part.
never,
That's how they get
I
you.
never experienced the pride with the explanation though. When it's been genuine, I've experienced the pride when there's something, else behind it. Yeah, like okay, well, fine, I'm gonna say something because you gotta tone this, make it neutral, calm her down. But when it's been genuine, the response has been like it is exactly what it needs to be. And at the end of the day, until I see something different, that's what I'm gonna go with. And so,
You're not afraid that he walks away like, damn, she crazy.
listen, girl, they think we crazy regardless.
Right? Aren't we crazy? I think we are crazy all the time
I
anyway,
have
right?
accepted that. At the end of the day, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Everything in life, I keep saying, is a matter of perspective. And if this is how you feel, I'm going to tell you how I feel, and then you choose to do, because you are not going to reformat your personality, who you are. If this is who I am, and if I have an issue, I like to communicate. Whether my communication
Yes.
skills are up to par to yours, who knows? But at the end of the day, let's talk about it. Do you want to talk about? Because not everybody's also open. You go have these people like, here she goes.
Right.
Those are the people
Here
you
she go
stray
again.
away from, because you should not be building trying to build anything with someone that doesn't care to communicate. And that's why I said also don't over communicate, because sometimes you put the weight of other things or other situations on this person. You have to sort these things out within yourself, and messages you can unsend. Only on
yes.
Instagram or Facebook.
Snapchat, right?
And Snapchat, but like if you send a text, you can't undo that. So sometimes it's better to draft it,
I think Facebook Messenger
read
has
it.
like a vanish
and
mode
after
now.
you read these messages, I'm so serious. Read these messages. Give it an hour. Once you go back and you read. If you think you sound crazy, I highly
Notes.
suggest.
I do that all the time in my
do
notes.
not
I be like, I think it's
send
real
this
funny
message.
how in my notes. Then I go back. I will like, let me
When you go
reread
back
that.
into your notes, you're like,
nah.
No, but from my experience, I definitely can say communication definitely helps with the trust.
Yeah.
Like even with the person I'm dealing with now, like seriously, I learned how to deal with him, and it's all about talking because
Yeah.
he's like it's like whatever he said, and I'm like I'm a hothead, like you ain't gonna tell me what I'm like, we bumping heads, and then somebody just gotta sit back and it's like you gotta communicate.
Somebody
He
gotta
simmers
listen.
you
you
down
gotta
though.
simmer
right?
down, and you gotta like.
That's why I said the whole grown man
I
situation.
gotta see what you seeing, and I don't want you to hear what I'm seeing.
That's
because-
one of the tips.
Yeah.
Try to see things from their
Yeah, from their-
perspective.
and that's what I've been
You be
going
so,
through.
and then
Yes.
even when open communication is we could talk about this for hours, but communication is listening too. So yeah, you want to get your point
Yes.
across, but listen to what the hell they saying, and then think about it like, oh, okay, I see what you're
you
saying,
be
right?
already in defense mode that you already have this vision, like, no, this is what
Tunnel
it is.
vision, and you
then
don't
it's
hear
like,
nothing.
When you really calm down and let them talk and you see what they say, you be like, oh.
So are you really
Even
communicating?
if I really don't agree, but I just
It's like, are you really communicating
get
to
you, but-
say, to vocalize how you feel, or are you communicating to talk and listen? You have to do both.
That's
No, both.
exactly
You
what
have to
I
do
was
both.
just about to
You
say.
have
That
to do
sometimes
both.
we listen to respond.
Right.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
listen to comprehend.
And I still do that
Right.
a lot.
And like there was a thing
Right.
I saw like whatever it was like some counseling I think I mentioned this to you guys before where
And
they
you
were
learn
talking
that when you're young, so teach your kids that.
and they were doing an exercise like with a therapist. It was like a couple therapy, and then the wife was telling the husband, I feel like this, and this, and this, and then he had to repeat exactly what
Oh,
she
yes.
said, and then it was just like, okay, so because I want to make sure that you're hearing exactly what I'm
I love
telling
that
you,
exercise,
but
yeah.
you don't have to
versus
understand it, yeah.
versus
Right.
responding to what I'm saying. I don't
Right.
need you to respond. I need you to understand
Right.
me, and that's sometimes
But
so we're
hearing
quick-
still don't mean understanding.
But that's why the therapist jumps in and be like, no. She didn't say that. This is the part that you didn't hear her when she said, I love the exercise, because I think that is
Yeah.
very important to interpret.
Because
You have to be very mature,
Try
like,
to get
I mean,
it word by word to the point that they remembering it because they trying to say exactly the same thing. So now they have to.
a great percentage of the time. By the time you're telling me something, you see my face, I'm ready to respond. I'm not even letting you get your words out because that's just how
Right,
it
because
goes.
you're ready to
You
go.
ready to
All
finish
go.
it?
Yeah.
You ready to finish your sentence that he cut you off from before?
Yes,
you just
and
said,
that's
like,
it.
I want to say what I gotta say. It
and
is,
sometimes you have to learn how to, like, take a step back.
Right.
You don't want
That's-
to mess up anything good at the end of the day. Might turn off the right person that's actually willing, because not everyone's perfect. Maybe that person may have their imperfections, and there's something that they're willing to work on because they're really into you and you're really into them. No one's perfect, because I'm not perfect, and I'm pretty sure she's not perfect. I'm pretty sure he's not perfect. But at
Right.
the end of the day, it's what you're willing to do.
Right.
Are you willing to work on whatever it is that this person is he willing to work, and are you willing to work on whatever it is that bothers you?
When y'all laying down at night, y'all had a pillow talk, communicate. And one of the other good tips I saw, it said,
Girl,
shit.
but if you just got some,
No, you need to put that trust in that man like you put that trust before when you stop using them
Nope.
condoms, okay?
What?
who not using condoms?
I'm talking about anybody. Like, come on.
That's
like,
a good way to put it in
like, for
perspective
real.
for you guys who don't
You don't
understand
trust
that.
this man, but you ain't using condoms? Like, come on. Like,
Put that same trust, right?
let's preach that. Use condoms.
There you go.
Safe sex. If you don't trust that man, wrap it the fuck
But
up.
it says like share your secrets with each other. So that's
Right.
that's a good way to open
But
up
they
the
judge
vulnerability.
you.
No,
But
how do you
they
with somebody
judge
that
you.
judges you for your secrets? We ain't talking about your whole secrets. We talking about other.
okay.
After you just did it, you gonna be laying on his chest about how you used to. Not no
Yes, babe.
secrets.
Okay, not the whole secrets I heard. Okay.
There is such thing as oversharing, guys. Just
But you know,
saying.
and of course, if this is your man, not just anybody, but if you want to build that trust amongst yourselves, you both have to take turns just sharing. See, when you open up and you start talking about things, you're like, oh my God, like didn't know that affected you, or when you was a child, and things like that.
That's very important. Somebody,
That you trust me with your
History,
darkest secrets, and I trust you with my darkest secrets. That helps with the whole trust thing too. Like, this is my person.
But also, just on the other side of, let's say, the men's side, right? And I'm pretty sure we all saw that post. We all seen videos, more than one, because I see more than one. I don't remember exactly who was, so sorry. Sometimes men, when they feel comfortable enough, they share their vulnerabilities with you. And then that moment you get mad, you snap, and you use that exact thing that they
It's the
shared
same-
with you.
they do the same thing.
No. I think women use it more than men.
yeah, because we
So
target it as a weakness because we're looking for a weakness.
and it
yeah.
takes more for
It's
a man
easier
to
for them to
share.
hurt.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy. You said that someone just shared something with me today about that,
And
about how when women do that to men.
And it takes more for a man to share, these vulnerabilities with you than, for a woman. Sometimes we just pour our feelings out like, whatever. But for a man, for when a man does this and for you to reverse it, not saying that, everyone should treat everyone with caution, treat everybody with respect. But at the end of the day, I just feel like when you do that, then that makes that person close off and not feel comfortable enough to come
But you
out.
know why? Because that video that
That's
I
what
saw.
girls do with friendships. It's like, I told you some stuff and now you use it against me with another friend.
But it's crazy
So
with
we
men
probably do
because
with guys
men
what we
don't
do with
open
you.
up to
Yeah.
other men.
Right.
You said girls
But
and
with
other
friends,
girls, yeah.
You tell your friends your secrets. So now for them to, disobey your trust and say it is like, like that's when it comes into friendship. Now it's like you can't trust other friends because that's what a friend is for. You tell them your secrets.
Yeah,
you feel
but-
comfortable around them to tell them anything, a lot of other things. But it's like, so for them to repeat that to anybody else and to get back to you.
I'm not even
It's
going to
like,
say your secrets. I feel you should be comfortable enough to live your reality around your friends without
Yeah.
your friends bringing up your
Yes.
reality,
Right.
especially what you feel insecure about, your whatever you're uncomfortable about. I feel like, because it doesn't even have to be a secret. It could be something that is basically pretty open, but I'm okay with being vulnerable with you, my
Yep.
friend, that I trust you.
I
that
can be myself.
and I can be myself,
At
and I
all
can tell
times
you
without
whatever
being
my
judged.
struggle it is, or whatever it is that I'm dealing with, without you believing that you're going to go and have a conversation about my vulnerabilities with somebody else.
Right.
And that's what it really friendship in general is about. And you
we
take
all go
account.
through that.
You have to also listen. You know how they say the same thing Betty said to Bob. He's gonna, what Betty says to Bob is the same thing that Betty says, about whatever. I forgot whatever the actual saying is. I just made that up. Her name is not Betty.
But we all go through that. Like, we not gonna allow all us girls gossip. So it's like we all talk about each other to somebody. Like, no matter how much you say, like, you loyal, whatever, like, you always feel comfortable to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I definitely
So
tell
you
people
could get
about
on
you
the
not
phone
coming
with
around for my
somebody.
birthday.
Nope, that was one.
That's the only thing. I was like, I said, we'll see. I'll see you in 2021.
Like,
She
you
thinks
can
Damn
feel
sure
like,
did.
I
because
can
we see
feel-
each other on the podcast. She ain't got to see me on my birthday no more.
Oh, okay.
I gotta talk about stuff that happened last year. What about your birthday
Way last
this year?
year.
I got all these months to make up for this year.
But I think, I don't know, let us know. But I think it's different though with guys though and girls. We always say this, but we got to get some guys. Please give us your opinion. Because I feel like with the guys, they don't be as vulnerable as we are with their friends. That reel that someone shared to me, they were saying that guys, when they are at their most vulnerable, they express it to women. And then, like you said,
I think they vent to men, but they just don't get out. Like as if us women vent to each other, then we telling everybody the business. Oh, she hurt. Like she got this. Like I think they vent to their
you think they be
homeboy.
crying to their homeboys?
I think they do. Like when they get cheated on and shit, please, you think they don't go crying to their fucking
But,
man?
for a
Like,
female,
a
you
man
hurt
not
her
gonna
feelings.
tell.
For a man, you hurt his ego, which is
Yeah,
different.
okay.
And you know, like
But
when
girls gonna tell, let everybody know
so
you hurt.
we also
They like to
date.
see
We
other women
also
hurt.
date the same way. You know, women when. Maybe not all women. So I'm gonna say because I know somebody's gonna be like, I'm not like that. You date with this, you know, with your emotions. You date with your heart. You date with the, you know, with you're looking forward to something. You want to be, you know, taken care of. You want to be handled with care. When men get in a relationship or when they start messing with women, that's not the same exact perspective that they have when they're dealing with somebody.
Some of them do. They want to
Not
be.
immediately, not off the back. They may care for you,
Some
but
men go into stuff thinking women just supposed to cater to them, even if they don't really want to be with them. It's like you gonna cater to me.
cater is one thing, as in what actions of what you're going to do, you're going to behave and act a certain way. But I mean, you know, we're emotionally involved in a lot of stuff that we do.
No, because men will act like, oh, they not with you, but then they find out something, they act crazy. They want to feel like they own you too.
Ego.
But then it's like,
That's what I said. Check your ego. It's the difference. It's we are
Right.
emotional creatures. Men manage their emotions and their feelings and how they react to certain stuff differently. Not necessarily all men, because you have some sensitive ass men. Carol.
don't play with me because I'm gonna shoot your ego down.
Okay. So yeah.
Dang. So I'm thinking like, so once you mess up someone's, let's say you're in a relationship with a guy and you mess up the trust and he finds out you cheating. Based on ego, what do you think is going to happen next?
If he thinks you're cheating.
Or he finds out you cheating. He looked
Girl
through your
or
phone.
guy don't want to see you with the next person. So
I think women forgive easier than men
forgive
in general. In general.
because the men dealing with the ego.
Yeah, and,
With the ego, right?
Ego.
What was it that someone said to us that, you know, women, when you sleep with someone, it's
Yeah.
you know you're
It's
you're,
emotion.
It
It's
is an emotion. You're
emotionally
giving
attached.
up your body. You're giving this is a different type of attachment. When a man does it, like, you know, some of these guys be cheating on the girl with these regular schmegular girls from like
Just because she got a fat
Yes.
ass.
That's
Just
it.
because she
And
got a
they're
fat
like, really?
ass. They don't give a damn about the face. But when we do it, we be like, if we have kids together, they're going to
Yeah, exactly. You start thinking about the future. You start
Yes.
even if you see, even if you know there's
Making
nothing there.
babies with people.
We're already, you know, planning future weddings, future, you know, children and all this other stuff. Even if you don't even think it may go past the second date.
That's so crazy,
And
though.
it's the truth.
Because it's so
yeah,
true.
we crazy,
It
though.
is.
I'm so mad you done told on us.
No, for real. We do be picturing
That is true, because everybody, you don't even be going with them. You
If
can
you're
be
looking
talking
at
with
the
them.
features and all
And
that,
you
like,
be like,
if it's a girl, she might have his nose and his hair and his complexion, if, you know.
like, damn,
Who's
if we
gonna be
live
thinking
together.
about these kids? What kids? But I'm gonna see her. She gonna suck my dick next time.
Right, that's all they thinking about. They fucking thinking about all that extra stuff we thinking about. That is so sad. We need to get together.
No, not all the time. We be thinking about hair, too.
No, of course, but we're not thinking like them. Like, you know, it's different dog, girl. But. And that's also what I said about, you know, the whole being grown. And I had someone say to me, someone said to me that they feel so secure in their place and how the role they play in the female that they're with, that if at the end of the day, and if only all women can have that sense of security, it will be amazing, right? He said, when he deals with someone and he knows that this is his woman, and it could be off fluff, he carries himself a certain way. He makes sure he takes care of his woman, and take care does not necessarily mean financially providing. Let's get that out the way. But he caters to her. He makes sure she
Mentally,
feels
physically,
mentally,
yeah,
physically. He makes her feel, you know, secure in her place. That at the end of the day, if you choose
Well, let's
to
say not
do,
materialistically,
if
because you gotta
you
be
choose to
financially
do something outside of him, it's your loss. Sometimes we really have to, you know, tell ourselves that, because we don't do that enough. We don't do that enough to give ourselves the credit that you are the prize, that you are bad as shit, that you do come with a lot
No
of,
matter
you know,
if I'm 35 or I'm a single mom,
it doesn't matter.
still a prize.
Exactly. You give
Tell yourself that.
Exactly. So then you carry yourself different instead of, you know, being like, well, if this doesn't work out, then what else? No, don't question it. If this doesn't work out, something else is gonna work
Right.
out. And that, because if you feel that secure in your place and who you are in this world and what you do, what you provide, and the love that you can give, honey,
And that's
you
all-
missed out.
And that's all we were trying to say on the other episode. We got attacked. We got attacked for trying to give people confidence in themselves, and it's just so sad. But that's all we were trying to say. Forget it. If you have that trust in yourself, and you know that despite whatever issues I'm going through right now, I can bounce back from it, and I will be happy.
Girl,
Right.
that message from that man made my pennies drop. I was like, damn. They really didn't drop,
like,
but
he
they
got-
in my head. I was like,
You said
damn.
you was like, you had someone.
No, I don't think so. They dropped anyway.
That's the no panties seat.
Wait, that one. So what's this seed then? Shit, never mind. Don't say that right now. So you don't have a quote?
I do.
Oh wait, before you end the quote, how do you bounce back? We talked about bouncing back from trust, but do y'all go into talking situationships, trusting people? How do you just answer the question? Like,
Hold up, what?
do you go into situationships trusting people too?
Depends on how the situation. I think transparency is everything at the end of the day. If you're dealing with someone and they're being very transparent, because sometimes you people don't share enough because you're afraid of this person not integrating whatever it is that you're trying to do. But sometimes you just have to be transparent. And if this person was very clear up front, whatever it was that you guys were doing, then I see no reason as to why I need to start, not start already on a negative, the negative side. You were transparent from the beginning. Don't get me wrong, you will have your, your personal insecurities, but the doubt shouldn't be placed on that person because that person was transparent from the beginning.
Because that's always a gray area right there about the
that's how good a
situationships, right?
How things
No,
start
I
also
don't
play a
judge.
part, though. How things start also play a part because you know how they say you're gonna lose them how you got them,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh, yeah.
and it's it's
yeah.
a sad reality. And at the end of the day, you'll have that whether that's the case or not. You already have that in your head. Like damn, if I got him like this, who else can get him like this?
That's insecurity already. Yeah.
Or the fact
You
that
created.
Go ahead.
You personally created, yeah.
But even with the situationships in that whole gray area, it's like, I'm not his girl. He not my man. So am I okay to act crazy? Like, am I supposed to question him? Am I supposed to figure out where he at, have him check in with me and do all this stuff to get there? Like, the situationships, I think...
So I think that's a separate topic on its own, just because if you're in a situationship and someone sees some great potential in you, they're not going to put you in this place. They're not going to even allow it to get there. They're going to set the ground and let you know, this is what I want, you are what I want, and this is how we're going to do this. And at the end of the day, what you choose to do when that person clarifies that is up to you. And sometimes we let people I know I've let people drag me along based on, hope. Oh, maybe
Right,
this,
that's why
eventually,
I
and
bring
the
that
thing.
up.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not about that. You create this little image in your head, this little storyline that, maybe after this and after that,
Right.
I'm going to do this and I got to do that. And at the end of the day, that's when she said, you lose yourself, trying to prove to somebody that
Right.
you're worthy of a relationship or that you're worthy of a title. And at the end of the day,
Right.
and all along, this person was very clear. You know how when they say, and I saw a post about that, they say, when someone says they're not really ready for a relationship, the you is silent.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it, where was this supposed a few years ago?
But it don't like a situationship or not is like the sad part is you can't control your feelings.
Yeah.
You can't control. I don't care
You
what type
don't
of.
go into these things with feelings, though.
Yeah, you don't, but you can't control
See?
them. It don't
But-
matter what type of situation you get into, you cannot control your feelings. You could go into it like, I'm just going to juice this nigga, I'm just going to fuck this bitch, I'm just going to do that to her. Like, you never know what this person going to do to you, what energy they're going to bring to, what they're going to get out of you. As long as you invest in your time, you don't know what they're going to, take from you. You cannot control. As long as you give them your time, they're going to get some type of emotion out of you.
Of course.
So
That's
even if
true.
you think you don't care, your reaction, that means you care.
Yeah, right. It's so
reactions.
Check your ego at the door. Point blank,
check your
period.
ego at
If
the
this
door.
is what you're doing and you know that this is all you're trying to get from this person, I'm trying to juice you, I'm trying to do this, check your ego at the door. Because at the end of the day, honey, like the same way he got you, he can get anybody else.
he can get
Point
anybody
blank,
else.
period.
Yes.
So check your ego at the door. And you need to be realistic with yourself of what is it that you want from this person. Because sometimes we're not very realistic with ourselves in general.
Yes.
It's
We
not about
not.
what you're trying to pretend to your friends and
Yes.
the image you're trying to paint. Is be realistic with you. If you know you're an I'm a lover.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
you already
emotional.
know.
I don't got time for that. You'll be mad at you. Somebody comment on your picture. So I can't play.
Yeah.
So if you know you're not about playing these games, you
I
need to
tried
know
that
who you getting on
I
that
tried that so
chessboard
many
with, baby.
times, trying to come in here like, yeah, I don't care, but you don't care. Then I'm like,
Okay.
Like, I want to call my boyfriend. I want to call.
I'll be so sad. I'll be so sad. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. So yeah. We thugs out here, but we soft.
No, that's what I say. I'm like, I ain't no thugs have feelings.
Right?
Thugs have feelings.
Or be crying and
Every
stuff,
other was out
right?
there like, hold up, did she just call herself a thug?
For me to be so hard, I sure cry a lot.
Girl.
Cry easily. Yeah, I saw
And
that.
that's the
me too.
thing, you know, and also because who we are, we paint this image in front of these people. You're not gonna see me break down. And then sometimes it's you build that wall up with the wrong person. A person
Yep.
that might take care of you, but also you might let her down with the wrong person as well. I'm like,
Right.
oh my God.
But that's what life is about. Chances you'll never know. It's all about
true.
keep rolling that ball. You never know. Hopefully
That's
you
true.
strike one day.
That's true.
And you will never know. You don't know what's going on with these people. You don't know what people going through. It's like
Right.
it's just crazy. You just gotta take that chance.
And if you
So-
fumble,
so
just
at
pick
the
it up
whole
and start
time, you gotta
over,
be
right?
real with yourself. So, like that meme said, when you walk away, at least you know it wasn't you.
You know, I'm very big on praying. I know that. You know, and I saw something, and even someone told me as well. You can't pray for something to receive it. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a $1 million, right? Because you can receive this blessing that you've been praying for and not be ready to manage it, not be ready to receive it. So I can be praying for a great man, right? At the end of the day, and say, God, send me a
But
great.
then
And he
we
can,
send
and
him.
then I'm not ready to receive him mentally, physically. I'm not there. I don't know how to handle you. I don't know how to, the upkeep and none of that. So sometimes it's like, even when you're requesting these things or you're manifesting these things, you also have to add that portion of it to it. Prepare me to receive it, prepare me to manage it, prepare me to handle it.
Ask
And
for
that's why,
everything, yeah.
like you can get it and you can mess it up.
Yes,
Right.
that's what
Right.
that's what all opportunities.
Anything. That's what I
Yeah.
said. It's not only about relationships, jobs, anything. You could people come across win the Mega Million. They get all this money. What happened? They mismanage it. You can
I've
mismanage a
been in the
relationship.
club
Right.
so many
Hello.
times with these people trying to talk to me, people all in the industry, and I be like,
She'd be like, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, you got a fucking boyfriend.
No, that was one thing I had to
It's
get
a
out there
long-
myself.
yes,
I'm
like,
single.
what?
Not me.
All the
She ain't got no boyfriend, sir. Come here. The hell?
Yep, you gotta be ready.
You don't have a
though,
quote
'cause
to end us with?
I do. And it's specifically in reference to trust.
Yes.
Okay, so it says, and it's basically trust. Here we talked about the anatomy of trust, the trust code, and everything related to trust. So it says, I trust you. Basically, is I trust you is better than I love you, because you may not always trust the person you love, but you can always love the person you trust. The best proof of love is trust, and that's
Nice.
Yes.
and it's the truth.
Oh, nice. I guess
Wow.
I'm not really in love then if I don't trust. It's like, nah.
It's you just
No,
gotta,
that has me really thinking.
Oh, yeah.
That is so true.
That's real true. Yep.
Wow. I have to go back and sit on that. That was
what?
deep. That
Do
quote.
it make all of us think? Do it make us all think that we not in love then? What the fuck? Because I know we all got trust issues. I know I'm not the only one.
But no. It just that it makes you realize that that's a big part of a relationship. You can't just love someone. You
Yeah.
need more.
Yeah,
There's
you
more
can love
to
and
it.
that can be empty, It's,
Right.
your love language, what we spoke about before, What does it take, and how that person carries herself. It's just in general. I could be with a guy and you could be the finest guy and I can expect, because you are fine, honey, if I'm attracted to you, of course. How many other people are
Right.
not going to find you attractive? Obviously, I found you attractive, so you have common sense has to kick in at some point. But it's the way that you trust that this person is going to carry their self when these other people approach them, and how they're going to behave, their response, and how you are going to make me feel.
How you make me feel.
At the end of the day, is that recognition that makes a big part of it. And, I'm yet to experience it, but, praying on it.
Yes. Speaking that into existence
You
right
gotta
now.
be your partner biggest cheerleader if you don't want nobody else to give them that attention too.
Right. Oh, that's your trust partner calling right now. So we got to go, guys. Make sure you guys listen to us. Tune in and do what?
Zone out.
And call Mariella.